for more, let's bring in Mary Ross Gilbert. She is Senior Equity Research Analyst over at Bloomberg Intelligence. Mary, it's great to have you with us. When you think about this specific incident, this specific breach, and you read about the details here, what we've heard from the company, how confident are you is that this is a one-off event versus something that we might see repeated?
Well, Katie, it's a really good question. Look, it happened with Marks and Spencer's, and the hit there was much larger. They still haven't gotten their online site back up, and that was like a 300 million pound hit to their profitability is what they've disclosed so far. For Victoria's Secret, they were out about 4 days. And when we look at consumer transaction data, so that's Bloomberg's second measure, and we're looking at the web traffic there, you'll see that sales bounced back right away. So when we look at that, we're actually seeing sales really back on trend again. And so this could be just a short blip in terms of sales. Now, operationally, they're still dealing with some of their, back office or some of the operations there that are still not back up fully. We don't know the details around it. But maybe in the next week or two, once they're able to get all of this sort of resolved, we'll learn more when they go to report earnings that were originally scheduled to come out on Thursday, June 5th, before the open.
Well, that's what I'm curious about, Mary, because, this incident, or at least the revelation of this incident, comes at a time where the company really is trying to, I don't want to use the word restructure, but certainly, I guess, refine its footing, if you will. And it gets to this idea as to how much of a handle management has on things right now. And if this even if it's not a material to the bottom line, whether it is going to be material to the rebound that they've been trying to create for this company.
Yeah, so Romaine, actually, Victoria's Secret their business has really stabilized, or their market share, I should say, in the U.S. has stabilized, and they're growing at a pretty fast pace overseas. It's a much smaller piece of the business. So actually, they're in a really good position in terms of the turnaround, and we are really expecting to see it inflect. But of course, you sort of brought up some important points, and that is they have a new management team, and that's headed by Hillary Super. She was formerly with Savage ex-Fenty, and she's also brought on some other executives that came on within the last couple of months. But the systems investments, they put in a new ERP system under the prior management team, stabilized the operations. And like I said, market share, they've been picking up share over the last couple of years. So I think we are certainly seeing better traction. If you look at the product is fantastic, and they're really winning with the young consumers, with Gen Z and millennials. So I think that they are in a good position, but there's also some other interesting dynamics going on, because they just they just adopted a poison pill, and that's going to be good for a year. And that's because you have this Australian billionaire, Brent Blundy, who's had two successful lingerie branded businesses that he's, started and sold off. And he's already started a new one. And of course, he's built a 13% stake here. But of course, this poison pill won't let him get, above 15% unless they come to some sort of an agreement and negotiate on a transaction at a favorable price for the shareholders.
All right, Mary, got to leave it there. Mary Ross Gilbert, of course, covers this company for us. A closer look there at the moves that we saw. Of course, those shares ended the day down.